Hi, it's Elizabeth Adeloshide. You know, I always find some ways to infuse God into a situation. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count and see all that the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count and see all that the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Of course, there are some of you that say you don't wear your outfits, you don't repeat them, and I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, if suffering were to have a price or allowed to be laid out on lines, clothing lines, that which you call suffering, there will be too many people that will steal it. For instance, Busola Oke, sleeping and waking up in a 55,000 naira hotel. I think a lot of you have lost touch with reality, and you are not understanding the sufferings of an average person. I am Elizabeth Adeola Oshide, first and foremost, and I decided I would work and be a rattle because I see the heart of VDM, and I know there's no favoritism. I watch, I see Osata, I see Linus, I see so many of you doing so much. I wish I could be there. But the reality is that even people that are abroad are not exempt from feeling the pain at home if you carry a heart and have a heart. All these Igbo people, they know, I love them because I first learned to love you. You understand? This is reality. No, I'm not picking up from the clash, and I'm not going to fake that I am. Right now, at least I could afford to lodge in a hotel here. I left from Indigo and I came to the Quality Inn. 2 beds. And I sleep in just one. By myself. I have boxes here. My bathroom. That is why it is not easy for me to tell you that I'm suffering, even if I haven't achieved that which I know I deserve because I've worked hard all my life. Ha! Mo wo sisi mi kan tó jẹ́ Yorùbá, she said, tí ìyà tá sọ pé à ń jẹ. I will translate in English in a minute. Give me a breathing space. Tí ìyà tá sọ pé à ń jẹ tó bá jẹ́ aṣọ tá ń sá sórí wáyà, àìmọye àwọn èèyàn tó máa jí ká. You think you're suffering? Because you're not eating filet mignon and steak. Ole, ojú kòkòrò, aláìmọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó, aláìgbà f'Ọlọ́run. That's what a lot of you have become. You think you're better than other people. See, when I walk on the streets and I come across people under the bridges suffering, begging, I don't go to God and say, thank God it's not me. I go to God and say, what is it that I'm doing in my life that is not showing you enough gratitude that you have decided to make my portion different? A lot of you are poor. You think you're rich because you're tied at the waist like King Michi to the rich and connected. You've forgotten what it is. Oh, Akbekanuko. Oh, C-A-S-H, cash. Akwikanako. Oh, oh. The only thing that you're not paying for anywhere in the world is the ability to breathe. Because God still allows your tongues, your lungs, and your stomachs to work. So you think you're something special? No. Humility, a heart of gratitude will always keep your feet from straying. You are forgotten and left God behind. You think you're special. You don't want to hear anything about God because you mistake them for your pastors that watch you suffer and go buy private jets. All I'm saying is when we die, we will all go before God individually to his throne and answer to him. Ingratitude is what is killing a lot of you. Busola Okai came out. It's like me coming out right now. Yeah, I'm not at the Sheraton, but how much difference is between the Sheraton and the LAX Quality Inn that I live in? I have one bed I haven't slept in. No, it might not be something to you and your mole you that fuck around with politicians and rich men. I keep trying to make Nigerians understand that everybody you're seeing on social media that you think is doing well, most probably are faking it. And the people that are actually doing well and all the estates that are owned in Nigeria are owned by barely 2%. Akusheni gbogbowa ajon duni. Jambata fun jambara. Báwo ni ààrẹ ọkọ Lizzy Anjorin ṣe sọ? Jambata fun jambara. So many people are trying to make it, so they start NGOs. You donate 100 million and they only use 2 million and keep the rest in their pocket. Look at what that girl was saying about Agbala Gabriel. You don't take the direct cash. Yeah, she gives you 50,000 naira, but she sponsors the food they eat in your church. She buys you trucks. And you motherfuckers say, NGO. You think it is easier? What our abroad to buy a house in Nigeria to retire is nothing less than 66 million. We are all in this motherfucking likely to remain poor and struggling together. Unless we learn to respect one another, recognize the efforts that people make, that I make, that you make, and come together to collaborate, to lift each other up. I told my son today, I saw one of his friends begin to sing. He used to say, I couldn't sing now. And I said, thank you for building him up. We're not in competition with anybody. If that friend makes it, hopefully he remembers to look back. And it's not like he was occupying our lives for free. He was always there to watch the grandbaby, to stand in the house when we traveled, to do. We all are servicing each other. The problem is some of you think that you're more entitled than the others. You think the efforts that you make is better or more heavier than the others. That is the problem. In marriages, you see people at each other's throats. I pay the house rent, he pays the light. If the light wasn't paid, would the payment of the house rent matters? No small contributions. Stop comparing, stop competing. Look at it as collaboration. Put your money in. So today, all I'm here to remind you again is to protect your destiny helpers and have a heart of gratitude. Me ò yá ṣọ́ ìlọ́wọ́ anybody. Tó bá wù má ti wọ̀ lọ́la, tó bá wù má ti wọ̀ lọ́túnla. Stop faking lives that you have made it. Ṣé kò fáyìn tó lọ́rùn mi ni? Ṣé shape mi yàtọ̀ nú ẹ̀ ni? But it is my outfit. You want me to dress? I wonder what happened to Celine Dion, but she dressed to ṣe mọ̀ pé òun náà rádánwò díẹ̀. Illnesses and sicknesses are not limited to race, culture, color. We're all vulnerable, all molding parts in the hands of God, the Creator. I just wanted you to know that supporting the people that are weak against the people that are strong It's not right. Emotional blackmail is not acceptable. We may not be the ones to enjoy their death or the losses. But that doesn't mean I've been to a salon and God knows how long, and I know when I go where I go. My fix eyelash me for a minute. I can do it. I want to fix it. I try to live as cheaply as I can. Oh, mommy, man, for me, and mommy, you work so hard. Why don't you indulge yourself? And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because he be touched your delori journey and yato. I'm in America, but I've never come here to boast to you. Balong she told long for America, Bomina Shirini, or Figba Missile. Nigeria tí mo fẹ́ lọ́gán mi ò understand bí tí mo fẹ́ fit in sí. I'm not sure of where I truly will belong. If you truly are walking in this life on this earth, feeling the grounds beneath your feet, you will understand and admit pé Ọlọ́run nìkan lọ́ba tó mọ̀ ṣe. So I am only here to tell you, if you have the heart of gratitude, no matter how bad, have you ever seen where two elephants fight and the grounds on which they found remains the same? It will never remain the same. Don't be a collateral damage to what is going on in the world. Don't be a name dropper. Protect your destiny helpers. Please. And no, it is not such a good word for everybody, even if it is for you. But Emi Osino Awotole complain. When that sister today said, when she was talking about Bumi, okay, I wish I'd noted her name. She said, Tia. You know the difference, there's difference. I don't know if I can express this in English language. But in Yoruba, I can. Eni ton jeya. Oyato seniti yanje. It is not the same. The person that is suffering is different from the person that is suffering, has covered, has eaten up, and has subjected to its fate and its powers. And that's because we always compare ourselves to the people on top, but we will always be in the middle, no matter how high we get. How about the people on the ground? I said it today. I said, I ran into a building because there was a mad person passing here in America. Stop with the stars in your eyes. It makes you ungrateful. So I'm going to finish this with that song I came in with. I'm not a singer, but I love to sing. Bear my voice. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Come and see all that the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by. There's no way you have gratitude in your heart that you will go destroy somebody else's life or try to pull from their grace and glory. You will wait patiently for your turn. With the things I've been through, it takes God. You may look at me and say, she's not that fine, she's not that rich, but I'm a child of grace. I recognize it even if you don't. I don't need you to recognize what I feel, who I am before the throne of grace. That is my responsibility, individual responsibility. When I was going to stay at my cousin's place in Long Beach, within 2 days, multi-breast knee break out. My son spoke to me and said, Mom, what is going on? You're breaking out. That means you're stressed. No, you're not going to stay with anybody. You are going to stay in your own room by yourself until you are ready to take that flight. That is grace. You know, the problem is that you have disregarded and don't respect the little blessings that God brings your way. Kotobito, it's not as heavy. You're looking for something remarkable. No. There are a lot of billionaires that are living quiet, silent lives. They buy jets, you don't know. They build houses, I'm talking about mansions, and you don't hear. Because they don't need you for customers. They already have the established team. People patronize them every day. There are a lot of old money that are silent and quiet that you don't know. You guys think that if you're not on social media trending, that means that you haven't made it. That is a lie. You understand? That is a lie. It's a bloody lie. There are a lot of millionaires living quietly, lots of producers and directors you don't hear. When did you last hear Jennifer Lopez's name? When did you hear Anita Baker's name? Oh, how many times have you, outside of All Night Long, you think that is what has been feeding Lionel Richie? How many times did you last play Janet Jackson's song? There are people that are making it in life, quietly, underneath, not disturbing the waters at all. Learn to understand how God works. Sometimes He wants you in a storm. Sometimes it's in the quiet of the night. Respect yourselves by appreciating who God is and what He has done for you in your lives. I may not be where I desire to be, but I know I'm not where the devil has planned for me to be. So I'm going to go out singing this song and let it ring in your brains every time you're down, every time it is money for show, every time you think you're better than other people, every time. Always know that you're better than somebody else. No matter how bad things get, no matter who you think that you should have been. Count your blessings. Name them one by one. Count and see all that the Lord has done. Count your blessings. I buried a son. I just put my 2 beautiful family members, 2 dogs, Bam Bam and Namdi, to sleep last week. My father is late. There are a lot of things in my life that I've not achieved. That doesn't take away from the fact that I'm a child of grace. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count and see all that the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done, what He's doing and what He's about to do. The sufferings that you're going through, if we could line them on a hanging line, you will put yours on the line and it won't take anybody more than 2 minutes to steal yours in exchange for theirs. Iyami, I don't know who that lady is. Mama Kogmolara yin o, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tóbi gan. Pé tá a bá ro ìyà tá sọ pé à ń jẹ tó ṣe sá sórí aṣọ bí ìkọ́. Àwọn tó máa wá jí tiwa gbé in exchange for theirs kò ní gba 2 minutes, ìṣẹ́jú méjì kan tó ká tiẹ̀ tó fi rọ́pò tiwọn. Be grateful. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. God will always be faithful. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa jàre Ọlọ́run. Kò sí bó ṣe lè wà bítà tó o bá rò lọ sọ́tún rò lọ sósì. Ọmọ, it is worth worshiping. Your girl, Elizabeth Adela Oshide. Ariel, I love you. Grateful heart. Grateful heart. Ariel.